Tuesday the 11th of October, and I'm on a run. Just stopped now at the lighthouse. I've done 2.5k, mostly looking at the heart rate, which is at 6 beats per minute above my aerobic level, and that's one I'm tracking, trying to keep it below the aerobic level. I also have a fear of heights, and this, I don't mind seem too high, but that is triggering me a little bit. I really can't handle heights at all, so I'm going to try and get down there and continue the rest of my run. Yeah, that's a bit better. So it's mid-October, and it's been a long time since I've run, and that's partly why I'm doing this, is to get back into it and just get that mental boost again. That's a lovely it's a lovely green lighthouse there, green light that comes from it, and then there's the red one there at either side of Dunleary Bay, the green light at the end of Daisy's Dock. And I'm gonna go back now and heading back, and as I say, my main objective is to keep in the aerobic zone. Let's see. Okay, because I kind of stopped there a little bit, I'm in aerobic again, which is good. Back to aerobic levels. And I'm going to see if I can maintain a conversation with myself, because that'll also indicate whether I'm aerobic as well, and not out of breath, which hopefully at this stage I'm not, thankfully. And so it's a beautiful scene there, Dunleary Bay and the harbour, and it's a lovely place to run. And so I'm heading back now, and what have I done? About maybe 3k at this stage. Hoping to do about 6, maybe 7, and see how I feel. I mean, and the main objective is to see, will it improve my mood, because I haven't been the best in the last couple of days, and it's difficult to put a finger on it, but difficulty concentrating, kind of restless, very distracted, and really it's the greyness, the grey clouds is my nemesis. That's my kryptonite every year, and every year now in the autumn I'm determined to battle it and to overcome it, and whether it's swimming or doing this. Quick check on the, okay, over aerobic, so it's time to slow down. 10 beats per minute over the aerobic level. And a lot of the time I hear people talking about jogging, they talk about the pace or the time that they do per 10k and all this kind of stuff. And over recent years I've certainly moved completely towards just looking at heart rate, because I've realised really that it's all about heart rate. And if you're in the aerobic zone, in theory, your body will go on forever. It'll reach a nice quiescent state and will relax. Whereas if you push it above the aerobic heart rate, then you're going to be anaerobic, and your body is not going to be happy to sit in that state. And in recent years, a lot of fitness trends, because they're trying to cut corners and squeeze results out as quickly as possible, they're moving towards anaerobic exercise, like 8 high interval training. But I can't imagine that's good for the body, certainly in the long term. A lot of grey clouds there, and the other side as well, Sea Point in the distance there. How am I feeling? Oh, okay, heart rate a bit elevated, it's time to slow down. Can be difficult. I was totally under aerobic, in the aerobic zone at the start, and then was a drift, 1, 2, went up to a maximum of 4 beats per minute above the aerobic. Now I'm 10 above it. I think it's largely due to starting this vlogging. It's kind of made me not as conscious of keeping the pace low. So really it's counterintuitive. The lower the pace, I think, the better. And I think over the years, if it's one thing that's benefited me in exercise, it's laziness. When I was doing the marathon, a lot of people I was doing with were doing grueling training regimes and pushing themselves to the limit. And I was initially feeling guilty about not doing that and not having any problem at all, really. But now in hindsight, looking back, it saved me from a lot of potential injuries, as well as making the whole thing actually enjoyable rather than punishment. And now, really, I think the slower, the better. And as long as I can be at the right heart rate, exercise ring closed on the Apple Watch, and I'm not at the moment, I'm a little bit elevated, trying to back it off a little bit, and I can even kind of hear it in my breath. Now maybe there's an extra load because I'm talking. It sounds like a bit of an excuse though. Better watch that, but it feels good. I'm starting to feel good, and that's the main thing. Okay, I'm starting to get a gross smile, so presumably the adrenaline is pumping and some endorphins are flooding into the brain, which will hopefully improve things for me. How many K is that? 3.5. It feels good. That's the sea out there towards Dublin Bay, and that's Dinner. And it's starting to get dark. It's 7:10, so it is getting dark. But it's nice to be out in some form of daylight as well, which that's all I wanted to do. I wasn't getting out enough during the day, and now I'm kind of determined to get out there, get a bit of vitamin D, see if that helps as well. So it'll be interesting to see if this run improves things, if I can notice it in my mood, and maybe it's just in my imagination, but I'm starting to feel it already. But then everything is in your imagination, so that's fine. Yeah, too high, way too high. And it doesn't matter as much on the way back. It's crucial on the way out because anything over aerobic is going to kill me on the way out, and it's just going to take from the endurance. Now that I'm reaching 4K at least, it's better that it's happening now, and somewhat inevitable, because there seemed to be a kind of a drift of 1 beat per minute every couple of minutes, which seemed very hard to tail off. Let's see if we can bring it back down. Let's see if I can calm myself. Okay, I'm 18 or. Let's see if I can calm myself down to bring that down. Feels a lot better. I feel quite relaxed anyway, which is the main objective. That's my first jog in a while. It's good to be back in it. I feel the benefits already. Feeling good after it. And let's see, has that had any effect? Apple Watch side. Not really. Brought it down by 1 beat per minute. Okay, so I'm 17 over aerobic. but it's in the right direction, which is actually good considering there's a natural drift the longer that I'm running. So let's see. Oh, that looks lovely. The lights of the harbour. That looks quite nice there. Dark very quickly there. Okay, it's down one more. I'm moving in the right direction anyway, which is good. I wonder, can I get over that way? A little adventure. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. A little adventure. Something that I've really enjoyed since I was younger. It's just little adventures around the place. The tide is way out, so it's a little bit dry here. But it's beautiful. You can hear the birds there. It's nice. Now the birds twittering. I don't know whether it's because it's dusk and they are talking to each other, having a chat as it's getting dark. But it's beautiful, the sounds. Hope I can get out here now. It's kind of quite industrial here, near the behind the West Pier. Going to, hopefully I'll have to get to Sea Point from there. If the gate is open. Looks like the gate is gone. Okay. Again, little bit of worry about the heights, but I'll be alright. Really not good on heights. Oh, I can do this. Okay, come on. I can do it. Come on. It's not that high. Just, I suppose, worried that it'll slip. Unlikely that. Oh. Okay. Bit broken up here. Okay, up the steps, rocky style. Okay, how are we doing? Oh wow, I'm well down 158. Now I did slow down there. It's kind of an enforced slowing down because of the harbour, but that's no harm. A little bit above aerobic, but I'm coming down all the time. You know, a little bit uphill here. So hopefully we'll lose it. Yeah, let's see. Okay, about 10 above aerobic level, and that is a lovely sight there at sunset on Dublin Bay. That is nice. Okay, let's keep going. How many K have I done? I've done 4.5K, which isn't too bad. Very low tide there in the background. Could probably run all the way to Sea Point across the bay, but I won't, because it'll ruin the runners. It's interesting, breathing deeply through my nose has a really calming effect, and it's very soothing. It makes me feel very relaxed even when I'm jogging. Wish I'd known that years ago when I was doing the marathon. That's Wim Hof's influence. Been really positive over the years. Although he would say it's not about deep breathing necessarily, and a lot of the others too. It's not necessarily about deep breathing, it's kind of about the regularity of the breathing and breathing through your belly, which was very confusing at start, but I have a separate video on that. by the train line here, which runs through Dublin City, and Sea Point Bay there with the tide out. Oh, it feels good. It's good. How are we doing? Okay, 17 above. 4.75. Nearly 5k, which would be a nice conclusion to it. Uh, 5k in about 35 minutes. I'll be happy enough for that. Meters to go. Now normally I try and sprint the last bit just to kind of finish off its strength, do a bit of anaerobic at the end. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I push one button in my mind to give me a burst of speed. Now I push the second button in my mind to give myself a burst of speed and maintain it. Push the third button, burst of speed. I was waiting for the 5k. Turns out I went over it. There's no alarm went off. So I'm 5.2k. 35 minutes. Heart rate is probably off the scale at this stage. Yeah, it's 182 beats per minute, which is fine. For the last anaerobic bit. Oh. Might relax down here by the sea. Oh, celebrate. Delighted with myself. First 5k I've done in a long time. And it's good to get the little burst of speed at the end just to push myself. It's a good combination, hopefully, of mostly aerobic and a burst of anaerobic. Oh. Okay. Heart rate coming down. It peaked at about 182, now it's 163, which is where I want it. One thing I hate about the Apple Watch is notifications. Can't seem to turn them off. I did turn them off once, and then when I recharged the phone, they come on again, and I must try and disable them again. It's very distracting, especially if you try and use an Apple Watch to escape and switch yourself off. So that is nice, and I'm hoping I'll feel the effects. I'll probably feel the effects in about an hour's time, I would think, but starting to feel it already. Starting to feel a nice serene calm already, which is nice.
I'm not sure I understand.
Wasn't calling you Siri. I never use Siri, but I don't know what triggered it. 5.3 kilometers. Okay, 136 beats per minute. Let's see how low I can bring it. Breath hold on the next exhale, so alright. Not surprisingly, I wasn't able to hold my breath for too long there because of lack of oxygen due to the jog. So not surprised there. I'm feeling good. Let's have a look at the old heart rate. 125. Okay, that's nice. And that feels great. That's a nice 5k. It's nice to know that I can do that any time that I want, because I did that on completely no exercise whatsoever. So it'd be nice to see what I could do if I had a bit of exercise training. I'd say 10k would be fine as well. It'd be interesting to see what boost that would give me. And because they say that exercise is the panacea. Let's see, back to 136 due to walking back. So that was good. Feel good after that, and I'll certainly try that again soon.